Hi folks, I'm Scott Giles, a certified consulting hypnotist and a life coach. And every Saturday afternoon at 2:30 Central Time, I do a short 10-minute video on some aspect related to hypnotism, the life of the mind, or life coaching. So today I want to talk about gratitude. It's an important concept for me, and also a concept that I've had to struggle with personally. The definition is that gratitude, if you look it up in the dictionary, is the quality of being thankful, a readiness to show appreciation for, and to return kindness. The quality of being thankful and a readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. There's a little tool I use to help me in my own life with gratitude. It's called the Gratitude Rock, and it comes out of the work of Rhonda Byrne of The Secret fame. It's in one of her books. I think she calls it the Magic Rock. Let me show you mine. This is a piece of rainbow obsidian, natural volcanic glass. And as it was cooling, the Earth's magnetic field wells up in a certain way, so the minerals form layers inside the glass. This has been carved and polished by a gemologist, so that as the light passes through the layers of minerals trapped in the glass, an optical illusion of the heart emerges. Bain says keep this on your bedside. I have it on my desk because, quite frankly, I'm at my desk a lot more than I'm in bed. I'm such a workaholic. How I use it. Every night as I prepare to go to bed, I touch it. And I ask myself, what happened today that I feel some gratitude for? I note that in my mind. The next morning when I wake up and when I get to my desk, I touch the Gratitude Rock again, and I remember what I said the night before about the thing I was grateful for yesterday. This simple tool just sets the day off in a healthy way. It's attractive, it's fun to do. The fact that it's sitting here on my desk means that I see it, and reminds me to do this exercise. Now, those of you who are interested in studying the psychology of gratitude, check out the work of Robert Emmons. Dr. Emmons is a professor of psychology at the University of California and the founding editor-in-chief of the Journal of Positive Psychology. He's the author of a number of books like Thanks, The New Science of Gratitude, and Gratitude Works, and they're good books, and I do recommend them. Now, he studied more than 1,000 people from ages of 8 years old to 80. And he found that people who practice some organized form of recognizing and remembering gratitude consistently report a host of benefits. And here's a list. I'm going to read it to you. The physical benefits that were found: stronger immune systems, less pain and discomfort, lower blood pressure. It was easier for them to exercise and to take care of their health. And they slept better and longer and felt more refreshed on waking. Psychological. They had higher levels of positive emotions when they kept an emotion journal. They reported themselves feeling more alert, alive, and awake. They reported more joy and pleasure and more happiness. And in their social relationships, they experienced themselves as being more helpful, generous, and compassionate, forgiving, outgoing, and feeling less lonely and isolated. That's quite a bit of benefit for something as simple as remembering to touch your gratitude rock and ask about your day. There are other tools you can use. The one that Dr. Emmons actually uses is a gratitude journal, a notebook. He had his people at the end of the day sit down and list the things they were grateful for in the course of that day. And doing that for just about 2 weeks consistently begins to change a person's psychology in a much more positive direction. Now, his theory about why gratitude pays such enormous benefits to us is twofold. First, Expressing gratitude or noticing things that you're grateful for is actually a subconscious affirmation of goodness. We affirm to ourselves that there are, in fact, good things in the world. And these days, that can be something which we need to be reminded of. Second, it's an affirmation that we're not really in this alone. I got a quote from him I want to share. We recognize the sources of goodness as being outside of ourselves. It didn't stem from anything we necessarily did ourselves, in which we might take pride. We can appreciate positive traits in ourselves, but I think true gratitude involves a humble dependence on others. We acknowledge that other people, or even higher powers if you're of a spiritual mindset, gave us many gifts, big and small, to help us achieve the goodness in our lives. And that theme that we're not in this alone, that was very important to me, and the key to my own unlocking about gratitude. As a young person, I was angry and I was violent as I dealt with a family of origin that I charitably describe as a train wreck. Now, I very much regard myself as a self-made person. I didn't have family or others who smoothed the way for me. But, in fact, I recognize now that along the way, I did get some breaks. And I had some dumb luck. I was in the right place at the right time, able to take advantage of certain opportunities that came my way that I would have otherwise missed. So, cultivating an attitude of gratitude, recognizing that whether by luck or by spiritual design or just by getting some lucky breaks from other people, I'm not in this alone. I'm not as isolated as I had thought I was as a very young person. There were, in fact, nice people who helped me along, who gave me a hand up, even if I didn't see it directly at the time. But in retrospect, I can see that there were people who showed me some help, who gave me a break, or at least an opportunity. And I need to be grateful about that. I'm not just an atomic individual, an island alone. And that's an important thing to bear in mind. So that is my reflections on gratitude. It's an affirmation of goodness. I totally agree. It's a reminder that we're not in this thing called life alone. And there are genuine psychological, physical, and social benefits to engaging in this as a regular personal practice of positive psychology. Tools, gratitude journal certainly is one you could use. I simply like the gratitude rock. It appealed to me from the moment I saw it. So that's what I use. Your mileage may vary. I want to thank you for giving me your attention today. I'll be back next week with another talk on a different topic. I'm going to talk about the importance of fantasy. I think that will be an enjoyable one. I'll give you a little hint. I'm a total geek for Renaissance fairs, so that will play a role in that. As always, if you want to know how consulting hypnotism or my style of life coaching, which is called hypno-coaching, can be of help to you, please feel free to reach out to me, and we can have a chance to dialogue about that. Thank you very much. Have a great day.